Ayo, am I a pantheist? No! And I was never a pantheist. Pantheism is the belief that the universe envisioned as a whole is God, and that there is no God besides the combined forces, laws, and substance contained in our existing universe. I believe in an almighty God who created the entire universe, who sits or stands above everything else, and who will personally judge us. You'll never find a pantheist among those who prefer mainstream church groups like I do. You may, however, find some pantheists among some Buddhist or Hindu groups, and many pantheists among neo-pagan and Unitarian Universalist groups. My belief is on the very right, pantheism is in the center. I'm monotheist but reject common monotheism. That's because problem ideas run rampant amongst this status quo. Namely, 1. Bridgeless monotheists often posit that God is inexplicably outside the universe of space and time, but there's zero evidence of anything outside our universal reality. And if he was, God would be unable to meaningfully interact with creation. 2. Their creation ex nihilo. While many theists gripe that some atheists claim everything came from nothing, they do the same thing. Almost. You just add God and God goes poof. 3. Among thoughtless monotheists, the horrible stance of infinite punishment of hell dominates. 4. And per bare monotheism, all fine qualities of the lost are destroyed by hell too, instead of good qualities going back to God. 5. Uninvolved monotheism has resulted in lack of care for animals and nature and lack of environmental stewardship and ethics. 6. Their idea that God knows the entire future. If he did, nobody would have free will, since everything would already be decided. And the biblical principle of God testing people would be nonsense, since he'd already know the result of every test. 7. Simple monotheists might either define right and wrong just by what God says so instead of what's good for creation, or that everything is inherently right or wrong by itself. But if so, there would be no need for God's authority. My holistic position avoids this logical dilemma. A chief motto of mine is God is everything. What I mean is God is all important, the source of all goodness, and such like. A common monotheist's motto, God first, is problematic since it is open-ended. While putting him first, you could put something else second, another third, then fourth, 10th, 100th, 1000th, ad infinitum. This totality could then drown out your connection with God. Consider, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last, saith the Lord. Revelation 1:8 and 11, and Revelation 21:6 and 22:13. It's close-ended, so everything is encompassed within. Why do some people hate my position? Perhaps mental laziness, as mine is more complex, or sinful pride as they don't want their position questioned, or stubbornness in not wanting to change, or to avoid some moral responsibility which my position confronts. See,